Diecast Norbs is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello everyone out there and welcome once again to Diecast Norbs Activate. I am Diecast Norbs Galactic Hooligan, and today I want to share with you a figure I've actually been looking around for a long time. I mean a long time. Since Transformers Rise of the Beast, we've actually been sanctioned off between Mainline toys and the Studio Series toys, and for some reason some of the Studio Series toys weren't really doing it for me and everything, because some of the Mainline things were actually just really popping to me and everything. One thing that we never got was the Mainline Airaizor, and I'm not exactly sure if it actually hit the toy stores or anything like that, and I totally missed it, but I was never ever able to find it. And now, thanks to JapanFigure.com, they were able to supply me with this Mainline Airaizor that I've been dying to get my hands on, because every time I saw pictures or photos or videos of this figure, she just looks super cool in every single thing that she actually does. She doesn't follow the rudimentary Airazor transformation scheme. She's doing her own thing, baby. And that's exactly what I was actually looking for. Just like Mainline Cheetor was actually doing his own thing when it actually came down to his own aesthetic, Airaizor was doing nothing less but just being the amazing bot she actually was. So there goes the box, there goes the back, and I really want to thank JapanFigure.com for sending this over to me as expediently as they possibly could. They were actually facing a lot of things with holidays and everything like that was actually in their whole entire realm and everything, but they no less treated me like a champion. I highly recommend this really reputable company, because anything that actually happened, they were actually right on the ball with giving me notice and just letting me know exactly what was actually happening to them and everything. So I really appreciate every single thing that was actually done on their end to supply me with this figure. And they sold this to me for less than what Amazon actually was selling this same figure for. I think on Amazon it was about $65 or something like that. So not only did I actually get this at a little bit more, I think it was retail, but shipping really wasn't so bad at all or anything like that. And this, even included with shipping, was a lot less than what I was actually going to get it for on Amazon. So super happy, super stoked that she's actually in my hands finally. And now let us take a trip over to the review station and check this thing out. Welcome everybody. I really appreciate you all joining me once again. And if you can, I'd really appreciate it if you actually hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell, so you can actually know when Diecast Norbs is actually just dropping another video right over here on this platform. I really appreciate each and every one that have already joined me once again and everything. I love each and every one of you guys so much and everything like that for coming in and checking me out. And to people who are actually coming in, I really will love you if you decide to join my channel, because I'm actually trying to defeat the algorithm gods that are actually plaguing my channel, and all of your help can actually help me out so much and everything. I appreciate you, and you. And now let us get into Airaizor. And now it is time to check out the #1 air support of the Maximals. It is Airaizor, and she looks incredible, doesn't she? She actually comes from the Rise of the Beast toy line, and she couldn't look less spectacular than she actually does. Let us take a good look at this character, for she is magnificent. I think out of all of the Maximals that were actually in display on the Rise of the Beast, I think one of the things that I was actually most excited about was Airaizor over here. And just let's take a good close look at this. I am loving all of those facial features right over here and everything also. I'm also loving the nice touch of teal that they actually put into the eyes here. Let's just go right into here. We actually have like a gold maximal symbol. I kind of like wish that this was actually like maybe picked out a little bit more than it actually is here and everything, because like you can actually see it here, but really like when you're actually like taking a look at it and like from further away and everything like that, it just kind of like gets a little bit lost and everything, you know. But aside from that, mechanically she looks amazing altogether. Also kind of like reminds me of Obo from Clash of the Titans and everything like that, the golden owl and everything. That was actually like, oh, I think she was actually Athena's owl more than anything else, or he was Athena's owl. I never was really too sure about that or anything like that, but like this detailing is extraordinarily beautiful. Those wings, just really, really amazing looking. And this is the first time that I was actually kind of like a fan of the golden brown color scheme that they actually have going through most of this line and everything, was like all brown and gold and everything, you know. But like this really just looks extraordinary over here, including the tail wing, including the tail feathers right over here. Just really, really nice. I'm loving this graded pattern that's actually going on throughout the whole entire thing here. Over here, we actually have like a lot more in the way of like where her leg detail is actually concerned and everything like that. Just like really nice sculpting there and everything, you know. The talons, very, very cool, you know. And I'm loving that inner engine work right over here also. The one thing that's actually kind of missing is the fact that she doesn't have like an opening and closing beak here and everything. But aside from that, she's actually really, really cool. Yeah, her articulation is as follows. You can actually move the tail feathers a little bit up and down and everything like that. Now, one thing that I actually had to go through in here was like all of my joints were actually super tight, and I kind of wanted to give you Airaizor at like the point where she should have actually been and everything like that. I really wanted to give her to you at 1000% spectacularity and everything like that. So I decided to tighten up all the joints and everything. So like, but if you actually do get her, just be aware you may like see like a couple of things here and there and everything like that. Like I actually had like a lot in the way of loose arms and like legs and everything like that, and like you know, like, but when you actually fix it, I usually use Kiki's as my ingredient. Of course, you guys actually know that I'm actually a big fan of that solvent and everything. And then she actually came out great. So we actually have a bend right over here. You can actually go all the way out. Her talons actually go backwards and forwards and everything. That's actually really, really nice. You actually have like a nice articulation on the legs over here. You have a thigh swivel right over here. So all in all, this really cool there. We actually have wings that can actually go up and down. That's really great. There's no real way that you can actually collapse the wings or anything like that to make it look like it's actually like taking a rest and everything, which is kind of like the sad part. But one thing that I'm actually really digging on this is I'm really digging the whole entire design as a whole on this one. This version of Airaizor really makes me think that it actually harkens back over to like Buck Rogers' Starships and everything like that, where I think the bird people actually had like where they were all flightless and everything, but they actually did have starships that actually resembled like hawks and that sort of thing. And I think this is actually completely exactly what that kind of actually looked like. You can actually kind of like put her down, and then right over here there's a transformation joint that you could actually kind of like have her look up like this and everything like that. So that's actually kind of cool, but it does leave everything disjointed right on the back. There's no clean way to actually have the heads of any of the bird figures actually kind of like maneuver and everything like that. So that's actually kind of the shame, but it's actually cool that it does have like that extra bit of articulation here. So there we are. And now size comparisons. And for size comparisons, I'm going to bring in a couple. First off, I'm going to give you Kingdom Airaizor here. And one thing that's actually really interesting about this is that with her, she doesn't really have the transformation where it's actually just like the straight nose becomes the cockpit, and then you fold the legs down in order to like actually make the robot actually happen. There's a lot more going on into this one, which is something that I actually really enjoyed. But this is really no slouch altogether, and one thing that actually makes her amazing is the fact that she actually just has these amazing malleable wings here and everything like that, you know? So like that's actually really great. So there we go, and the reason why I brought this version of Airazor out is so we can actually talk about her power upgrade. And here we go with Airazor from Rise of the Beast. This is a Studio Series version, and she actually comes with just about everything that the original Airazor actually came with, including a opening beak right over here. So there we go. Again, right over here in the back, there's always no real clean way to actually make that bird head actually work, but this character is actually absolutely magnificent, you know? She is just great. She actually has like the wingspan to prove it and everything, you know? Just really great all around and everything, but I'm still loving this overall and everything like that. Love like all the delicate touches that this one actually kind of like takes in and everything like that, you know what I mean? So like that's actually very cool. And for another comparison, we had the Mainline Cheetor here, and then this is actually a great comparison only because that this should have actually been within the same line as this version of this figure and everything. I kind of wish we actually had like the blue maximal symbol like we actually have over here on this, or if we could have actually gotten like a red maximal symbol like right on top of the head to like make it pop a little bit more, maybe give it a little bit more prominence. I might think about going over to Toy Hacks and seeing if there's anything that can actually be done to actually fix that up, or like maybe make it pop a little bit more and everything like that. Maybe a black border or something like that, maybe the white bordered maximal symbols or something like that, you know. But like aside from that, these two look pretty spectacular together, and I really love it. And a little bit more good measure, I actually think that she looks great with any one of the Legacy bots here and everything like that. So I decided to bring out Legacy Elita 1 here, just so you can actually see the comparison. And I'm actually going to pose Hasbro and Takara with an idea. Like this engineering is actually pretty great, and I would love to see this in something else. Why can we not get a Nautica out of this? Nautica would look so amazing. I could actually see where all of this could actually like be turned into like wind turbines and everything like that. Please let us get something else out of this mold and everything like that, because this mold is actually so good. This transformation is actually too good to just use on one character and just be done with it and everything like that. And this is the first time I think when actually I'm asking for like a repaint or like a redo or like a redesign on a figure and everything like that, because this just works, you know. But there we go, and we actually have Alita and Airazor, and they really look spectacular together. So now that we actually have all of that done, it's time to get Airazor into her transformation. And as always, let's call it out together, everyone. Henshin! Airazor's transformation is actually super awesome. I really love this so much. So let's just get the tail wing out of the way, and then over here is actually where the spectacularness of this figure actually starts off, because we're actually going to separate the wing, the lower wing right over here from this part of the wing altogether. And then just let's move this out of the way, and then we're actually going to do the same thing on the other side, and then that will actually loosen this up right over here. And now let's get the head maneuvered around and right over here, and then we'll actually juncture that right into this section right here. And now we'll actually move the legs down right over here, and these will actually become her arms. So let's just focus on this. We'll actually bring this up right over here. And remember, I tightened up all of my joints over here and everything like that, because like I thought I was actually going to enjoy the hell out of her just like this and everything. So now let's get over here, and we're actually going to swing these legs around right over here and over here, right at the thigh juncture. Let's just bring this all the way over here, and then we'll separate this part of the wing right over here at the foot, and let's just bring this all the way up. There we go. go, collapse that in here, and then that will actually give us a little bit better of a grip so we can actually move those feet right there like that. And then let's do this on the other side. So right here, in here, that snap, finagle this out just a little bit. There we go. It's a little bit of a tight grip in here and everything like that. And that, I'm glad that there is a tight grip there and everything like that, but also kind of a pain. Anyway, so let's get back over here. We are going to pull the head out of its socket right over here. And then we're going to bring this all the way up here like that. And then we will bring these shoulder pieces up, and then the talons go down like so. So you actually have our arms, and then we'll actually go over here, and then we'll swing these arms right around, and then bring down her arms. And for the last pieces of transformation, let's just bring down the tail section all the way down here. And then you actually have this piece that's actually going to be like one solid piece that moves the whole entire thing down. And then just let me get this all fixed up, and then bring this down a little bit more like so. And then that will actually enable us to bring the tail wing down right over here. There is a peg. There's a peg that actually goes right into that slot right over there. So you just want to juncture that. There we go. And now that's actually done, we can actually bring this down. And as far as the wings are actually concerned in the back and everything like that, you can actually fix that any way you like. And as far as the wings are actually concerned, you can actually kind of like, if you really wanted to, you can actually leave them to the back just like this and everything when they're not being used. And you can even like bring them up a little bit more if you actually wanted to flare them out like wings and everything like that, like say the Seekers or that sort of thing. But you can actually do just about anything you want. I usually kind of like leave them down for reasons, but there we go. And after all of that, we actually have Airaizor in robot mode, and she is really spectacular. Let's check her out. So let's take a look at this figure. She is magnificent. I am super happy that I actually decided to pick her up and everything, because like, look at that face. That face is just gorgeous. I'm loving the way the eyes are actually set here and everything like that, and still yet in that teal, the head crest is just really beautiful, almost royal really, you know what I mean? I love the feathering that's actually going on over here and everything. This actually kind of like makes me feel Power Ranger-esque more than anything else, as far as like having the bird, as far as like having like beak helmet and everything like that, but like that's actually okay. But still yet though, that face is just really great, just great feminine qualities about it and everything like that. I love how angular her face actually comes in here and everything, just like really gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then just going down the body and everything like that. And again, that maximal symbol right over here, I kind of wish that were picked out a little bit more and everything like that, because like that brown and that gold and everything are just like way too close, way too similar, and like the body and the details there and everything like that. And just kind of wish there was like something more going on over here. I may kind of like consider going back over here and like either getting like the white outline or black outline maximal symbol, maybe even like think about like putting on the red maximal symbol altogether and everything like that, just to break up her colors a little bit more. But her colors are even like a lot better than I thought they were. Now this, I'm not I really hope that we don't go through GPS with this or anything like that, because like that would actually kind of break my heart a little bit more and everything like that. But like I really do love everything that's actually going on over here into her arms here and everything, like underneath here and everything like that. This is really great. If you want to see like really great line of action, it's this. Hold on, just let me pull this out a little bit further here, and you can definitely see that definite line of action going right over here and then just right into this pelvic arch here and everything like that. That's really awesome to me and everything like that. I love this design that's actually going on her cod piece right over here. So like everything about this, the legs are actually like really well done and everything like that. And the fact that the wings were actually became the legs and everything, or like became a part of the legs actually became a part of the wings. That's one of the coolest thing about this and everything like that's one of the coolest things about this, and I really love that. The boots are actually really nicely done also and everything, and I kind of really think I'm getting a kick out of like how the feathers actually kind of like pop out here and everything like that. I really like that a lot. And then her toes, just really great stuff over here. And then we go to the back over here, and then this is the rest of where the rest of her wings are actually set and everything like that. You can actually splay them apart. You can actually kind of like, as I said before, kind of like drift them up, like Seeker style and everything like that. And she looks no less amazing. Again, you can actually have like a full Nautica with this whole entire thing going for her and everything like that, and she would actually be brilliant. You know what I mean? Hasbro, Takara, make that happen, because this would actually be a great Nautica. And that's actually really cool. And I love the fact that her weapons actually store right over here and everything. So let's just take these out. And they are just like kind of like a small little cutlass and everything like that, kind of like a Roman blade more than anything else. I really love that design, and the fact that they actually went off and kind of like finished off the painting right over here on the blade, and they were able to separate it like pretty well away from like the actual blade itself and everything like that. So that's actually really great. So I am actually a big fan of like having them underslung right over here, so she can actually be like a knife figure, like a knife character and everything like that. And I actually love to like make sure that they're actually put in Ahsoka Tano style right over there, and there we go. And then there we go with Airaizor. I think that she is just magnificent. Her articulation actually follows. She actually has a 360 right on her head right over here. She can actually look down a little bit. She actually has a slight up, and it's actually broken between like what we actually have over here in her collar, so she can actually use that just a little bit to manipulate movement and everything like that. Not quite though. So she actually has a 360 right over here on her arm. You can actually move these pieces. Now these pieces actually like to come off and everything like that, and then there is a slider that you can actually slide it right back down into here and everything, and then re-peg it. I actually kind of suggest like using either your favorite fixative like a floor polish or like a glue or like a super glue and everything like that. To you people who are actually like really savvy with the super glue projects and everything like that, I salute you. And I think that it's actually great when you can actually do that. For me, it was all about Kiki's and everything like that, because I really swear by that product, and I can't say enough about it and everything like that. It's actually saved me more times than any. So there we go. We actually have an in and out. We actually have this. We can actually kind of like get her in a T-pose, and then even more because of her transformation, you can actually get her arms way up like this. So that's really, really nice. I love that a lot about this figure. She actually has great articulation. She can actually, you have a bicep rotation right over here because her legs actually become her arms. In robot mode, you can actually bring this all the way up right over here. She goes up to 90 degrees. You can bring it back if you actually really wanted to. You can actually raise her wrist right over here. So if you can actually like kind of like go over here and get that stabbing motion right there and everything like that, you know what I mean? Like she stabs, that's what she does, you know? So that's actually really cool. No waist articulation, which is actually sad, but she also has supreme kung fu skills right over here, and even more than that and everything like that, based on her transformation and everything, and based on the fact that her legs actually become the wings in robot mode and everything, and her in her bird mode, so she can actually kick way up right over here and everything like that, saying you suck, Emma Peel. And then there we go right over there, and then we can actually, she has a thigh rotation right there and everything like that. She can go back a bit also. If you actually decided to dislodge that, she can actually go back even further if you actually really needed it. So there we are. And we have a bend right over here on her knee, so that's actually really nice. She actually has flexion, and that's pretty much it. No ankle tilt or anything like that, but she is just a really really, really great badass bot here and everything like that. And I'm really loving everything that she actually does. She just makes a great warrior for your collection and everything like that. And there we are. And now let's get us into, hold on, just let me make her a badass here right there. There we go. And just like flare out her wings right over here. And there we go. That's the badass mode we're actually looking for. Complete with tilted screen and everything like that. So you know she's about to do something. Anyway, let's get into some comparisons. And here we go. And now I'm actually really kind of like wondering exactly which direction I should actually go with comparisons over here. But I'm going to start off with the basics. So there goes double Airaizor here. And we actually have your Kingdom variety and everything, along with the Rise of the Beast mainline here and everything like that. And they really look good together. I could actually see them being kind of like a crew and everything of like flight figures and everything like that. So like that would be amazing. I love that. And there we go with mainline Cheetor and everything. And why couldn't we get these singularly and everything? You know, like these do look great. I would have actually bought them, Hasbro. What the hell, man? Like look at this. They look fantastic together. I would really love to see like supporting more of the singular packs as opposed to the multi-packs and everything like that, where you actually get like 2 duds and like 1 character that you actually really like and everything like that. You know, not saying that Wheeljack was a total dud or anything like that, but still yet though, like why? We could have actually gotten all this, and this looks fantastic. Rant mode over. And now we're actually going to give you a little bit of Elita 1 action. And you can actually see here why I think she looks amazing with Elita 1 here and everything, you know? Like, I really think that she can actually fit in with your legacy bots all together, and they look spectacular together. And finally, we actually have Airazor right over here with Airaizor. And just let me give you a little bit more leeway in here and seeing how they look together. And they really do look fantastic together. I can actually see this bird battalion actually getting together and everything like that, and having like their own thing all together. She looks like the younger warrior. She looks like the leader of the group altogether and everything like that. So why not? I know that this is actually supposed to, these two are absolutely supposed to be the same character, but to me, they look like they should actually kind of like be within the same crew altogether. And again, look at the way they actually kind of like fit together is like spectacular and everything. And let's turn these two around. Everything, like all their aesthetics are actually like just so amazing together and everything like that. Like, and the fact that she is her own thing when it comes down to transformation, I love that so much and everything. It doesn't fall along the same style of like the rest of the Jets or the rest of the bird formers or anything like that. She is spectacular beyond belief and everything like that, even without the waist articulation, which because of transformation, I could see exactly why it was actually left out, but she should have actually been a mainline character here and everything like that. I love her to death and everything. So fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to give you final thoughts in just a moment. So it took me a long time to actually find her and everything. It took like a bit of me going through like a bit of like a state and everything like that to actually just want to go up and find something that would actually make me happy. And then all of a sudden I actually hopped on JapanFigure.com, and then there she was. Holy cow. I was actually looking for her on Amazon before, as I said before, but like I did not believe that she could have actually been like had for such a great price. Again, I highly suggest that site if you're actually looking for something cool and everything like that. They're actually under some construction, so let's see what actually happens, but a very, very legit place to be and everything. And Airaizor is a very, very legit bot to actually have in your collection and everything. Like, look at her. She's brilliant. She's brilliant. I love her so much. She's actually wonderful. And I am actually really still surprised that she didn't actually really make it over to the main line here and everything like that. And what are you thinking, Hasbro? You could she's wonderful. You could have actually she could have actually been the talk of the town. She could have actually been selling her like hotcakes and everything. You would have actually been able to save your company with this figure and everything, you know? Like, I don't know exactly how economics work, but let me tell you something. This is actually great, and I really highly, highly recommend this figure altogether. A little bit of tightening goes a long way, so if you actually get her and she's loose as fuck, don't worry. she's actually great. Just fix her up a little bit, use the tricks of the trade and everything like that. If anything else, one day I'm actually going to put on a Kiki's Fix video again and everything to show you lads and lasses and everyone else in between exactly how to fix your figures, because this character is fantastic and I don't think that she should actually be passed up. And that is it for today's show, and I can't really say how much I appreciate all of you for joining me once again for my trip to the Nerddom. Also, I appreciate all of you for joining me for my short student film on Gao Gaigar just the other day. I couldn't help it. It was over an hour long. It was like an hour and 20 minutes. I couldn't stop talking about that guy in detail or anything. I really hope that you actually see that on this platform or at Coachella or at the indie like movie expos and everything like that. However you actually see him and everything, check it out. See what he actually entails and everything like that. I had a lot of fun doing that one. I might have actually been inspired and everything while I was actually doing it and everything like that, but still yet though, just a great bot, no less than this altogether. I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining me today and everything, and you have the most wonderful life experience that you possibly can. Make sure you're passing on love, kindness, mindfulness. Make sure you're actually treating each and every person as though you'd actually treat yourself, and then treat them better than that, because each and every one of you deserve it. Also, look yourself in the mirror. Look at yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself, and you are actually just the most amazing being that could have actually been here, put down here on this earth at this moment in time, and I appreciate it because you're here with me, and I can't thank you guys enough for joining me once again. In any case, make sure that you actually put that love and intent throughout the whole 360-degree sphere of the universe in total, and then bring that mighty love back down here over to me over at HQ, because I could always use some myself. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every one of you soon.